Tonight I'm sitting with the heaviness of a difficult encounter, a conversation that left my body tight, my mind crowded, my spirit dimmed. We all have moments like this, where another person's urgency or fear or hardness brushes against our own, and something in us closes or trembles or retreats. Afterwards, I caught myself replaying it, the words, the tone, the pressure in the space between us. And I wondered, what was I exactly meeting? And what was it that was meeting me? This is the inquiry for tonight, dear friends. Rumi said something in the lines of, "Why are you so busy with this or that, good or bad? Pay attention to how things blend. Pay attention to how things blend." So, coming back to what was I really meeting in this difficult encounter and what was meeting me? Perhaps I was meeting a group I do not trust and who probably doesn't trust me. Hierarchy, deadlines, impossible expectations, the machinery of working life has pushed us into roles and performances that erode something quiet inside. The deadlines, the speed, the outcomes that must always be defended. They shape us into versions of ourselves that negotiate, guard, brace before we even realize that we are doing it. There are days when it feels like we are all maneuvering through demands that no single human being was ever meant to hold alone. Everyone stretched, everyone guarding themselves, everyone trying to survive the day. So, what am I actually meeting in those moments? I think it's a system louder than any one person. A room full of people carrying their own storms. The residue of years of being hurried and measured, evaluated, compared, doubted, pushed. And this is where the betrayal of soul begins. In these small daily contortions, when we tighten, when we protect, when our presence collapses into strategy. And what exactly is meeting me here in this difficult encounter? Not just the other person, but their fear, their pressure, their history of being unseen, their exhaustion pressed against mine. Sometimes what meets us is not the person, not the human in front of us, but the world that has shaped them. And sometimes what we bring is not our true self, but the parts of us bent by survival. We threaten each other without meaning to. We mistrust each other without wanting to. We brace before we even speak. Maybe that is the quiet betrayal of soul. These moments when we lose our capacity to meet each other gently. So, what was meeting me is the accumulated atmosphere of distrust that modern work cultures produce and reproduce. Why do we threaten each other so much these days? Why can't we trust? Because we are all living inside systems that reward defensiveness, that punish vulnerability. Because we have replaced meeting with managing, replaced attention with anticipation, replaced relation with transaction. But noticing it perhaps creates a small opening to remember that beneath the tension there is still a human heart, theirs and ours, trying to find its way back to ease. And this was perhaps the moment when I started getting some relief tonight. This thread of trying to find its way back to ease. Ease does not shout, it waits. It slips in through the crack we stop trying to seal. It arrives when the body exhales before the mind agrees. Ease is not far, it is simply patient. Rumi said, "Where the spirit goes, there you feel peace." Spirit cannot go where we harden. Spirit cannot go where we are only useful. Spirit goes there where you feel peace. And where the spirit goes, there you feel peace. Dear friends, I will leave it here as a companion, this beautiful blessing from the Irish poet and mystic John O'Donoghue. In this podcast, you're going to hear his poems and quotes again and again. I'm a huge fan of his. And so this beautiful blessing that he has written. May you learn to trust yourself again, to enter the quiet confidence of your own presence. May you recognize that beneath the turbulence of your life, there is a great stillness holding you. May you return to the ground of your own soul and find there a path back to ease. A path back to ease. This is Vaishali Paliwal and this is the Moonwater. Thank you for listening.